أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hope you are all here and healthy over there at your homes and doing well in your studies, you're enjoying your life. For the time being, as we have been compelled to record this video classes for you, here I have come up with yet another class that is chapter number 6 of your prose section, and the name of the chapter is Papaji's Mouth, written by Arundhati Roy. As usually we have been given, as you have been prescribed in your books, that the chapters have been divided into different categories. You have been the book is divided, the chapter is divided into 3 parts. First of all, you have been given a brief introduction of the author. Then you have been given a brief overview or the theme or the idea behind the writing of this section, and finally the actual text in which you have to be go through, जिसको आपको गुजरना होगा, you have to go through for your examination purposes and for being a person in your life who could understand things in life. So we are going to start reading this chapter, Papaji's Mouth, Arundhati Roy. First of all, the introduction of the author, that Susanna Arundhati Roy, born 24 November 1961, is an Indian writer in English. She was an Indian writer in English. Okay, she writes in English, although she was Indian, and activist who won the Booker Prize in 1997 for the novel The God of Small Things, and in 2002 the Lenin Cultural Freedom Prize. So she had won the Booker Prize for her novel The God of Small Things, and in 2002 the Lenin Cultural Freedom Prize. What is the Booker? So the Booker Prize, it's a prize, it's a literary prize awarded each year for the best original novel written in English language and published in UK. Established in 1969, the winner would get 50,000 pounds for this Booker Prize. So she had won this prize. And Lenin Cultural Prize, Freedom Prizes, it was established in 1999 to recognize people whose courageous and extraordinary work celebrates the human rights to freedom of imagination, inquiry, and expression. So this is the prize that was given, Lenin Cultural Freedom Prize. She also won that prize. She is also a writer of 2 screenplays and a number of collection of essays. Screenplays for those who write for the TV dramas and extra. So screenplays and a number of collections of essays, and she had written a collection of essays. Roy is well-known activist for social and economic justice. Now she is talking about justice. This is an important part in literature. If we talk of justice in terms of from the perspective of her perspective, she might have she might have thought about the injustice that is in society in terms of wealth and other things. The comprehensive idea, if you want to know what do you mean by justice, you should go through the tradition, the hadith of the Holy Prophet, that says the entire created universe is in balance just because of justice. That means, if you what do you mean by that? It means, what does he mean by that is that if you remove something from its place, you have been termed it as an unjust person, inhuman person. For example, if I remove my cape and wear it in my feet, that is an injustice. What does this mean? Someone can ask me that my father had brought this, I have bought it. What is the problem with you? It's my right. I could do anything with the thing I have. But it was not in that sense. Rather, it is the replacement of a thing from its actual place. If you remove something from its actual place, that is termed as injustice. So, but she's talking about economics and social injustice. In terms of Indian society, there is the untouchables still being practiced in this society. There are so many people, the Dalits the Muslims are being treated like those who are outlaws, who have been migrated peoples in India. So these are social injustice. In economic injustice, there are some people who even don't earn 10 rupees per day. So there are people, as you have read in your social sciences, that some people are living even below the poverty line. So these are injustices. Why this is so in the country? She has She has been working an activist, well-known activist for social and economic justice for these sort of things. So Arundhati Roy was born in Shillong, Meghalaya. Shillong, Meghalaya. This is what you have been given introduction, that she was born in Shillong, Meghalaya. It was in Meghalaya, India, to a Keralite Syrian Christian mother. Keralite Syrian Christian mother. Just try to understand. Keralite, she was from Kerala, and Syrian, or she was a Syrian Christian mother. Okay, Keralite, she might have gone to Syria there. She was born there. So Keralite Syrian Christian mother. The women's rights activist Mary Roy. The name of her mother was Mary Roy, who was a women's rights activist who fought for the rights of the women. And a Bengali father, and her father was a Bengali person. She spent her childhood in Eminem and Kerala, as we are going to read this in further. Eminem in Kerala, and went to school at Corpus Christi, Kottayam, followed by the Lawrence School, and then she went to England, Lovelate in followed by the Lawrence School, Lovelate in Nilgiris in India, and Tamil Nadu. It is in Tamil Nadu where she studied for her further studies. She then studied architecture at the School of Planning and Architecture, New Delhi. Then she went out to Delhi to study architecture, and where she met her first husband. She married her first husband, architect Gerard da Conha. The husband, name of the husband. Roy met her second husband, उसका second husband हुआ filmmaker प्रदीप कृष्ण in 1984 में वो इसके second husband से उसे शादी की, and played a village girl in the award-winning movie Masi Sahib, and she played a role in the film Masi Sahib. I don't have any idea about it. She had worked as a village girl there until made financially stable by the success of her novel The God of Small Things. Until she got success with the novel that won her Booker Prize. It was 50 million pounds. She was doing award-winning Small Things. She did various jobs. She had done so many things in her life. It was not in a single day that he just became a successful woman writer in the world. So he had gone through so many difficulties, ups and downs, fluctuations. Then finally she reached a successful place in her life, including running aerobic classes at New Delhi's 5-star hotels. Aerobics is a form of exercise to enhance the cardiovascular fitness normally performed to music. So it is aerobics is an exercise that is designed to strengthen your cardiovascular, cardiac यानी heart related cardiovascular जो diseases होता है उसको exercises में डिज़ाइन किया होता है to improve your cardiovascular process. इसके लिए इसने ये डिज़ाइन किया था. She worked as a cardiovascular aerobics, ठीक है, at New Delhi's 5-star hotels. She is a committed human rights activist. She was committed means someone who has devoted, who has given a lot of time and other things for the human rights activities, who has been writing on contemporary social and political issues. Now she is writing literature, but the theme she is writing is social and political issues. Okay, so as it was in Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom, it was seminal issues that are related to our life, that we are being discriminated. For example, if we talk of the situation in our state, that you have been separated, the bifurcation of this split of the society, the J&K state into two UTs. This has led to so many other problems in our life. These are some of the seminal issues that we need to discuss at the moment. But we are oblivious of other things. Okay, let's just come on, let's go. Let it go. So this was a brief introduction about Arundhati Roy, the Booker Prize winner for her books, her novel The God of Small Things. Now you have been given a brief introduction of the novel itself, why she has written, what is going to be in this story. The God of Small Things 1997 is a story about the childhood experiences of a pair of fraternal twins who become victims of the circumstances. Now as we are talking about the circumstances that led to some other circumstances in your life, for example, if we take the example of a human being, for example a student, if he don't read in his life at the moment for the time being, he would definitely not going to be successful in life. Why? because the circumstances which he has been provided, he had not taken the best of out of that situation. That's why there is nobody else who is responsible for his failure in his life. Such is the case with this that the circumstances led these the two fraternal twins, the brother twins, were victims of the shikar, victims of prey, become a prey of the circumstances. This was the childhood experiences of the twin fraternals that she has written in this story, The God of Small Things, 1997. The book is about how small things build up one's behavior and affect lives of people. Now, there is a quotation of the first infallible Imam Ali alayhi salam. He says that nobody has stumbled just because he has came into contact, encountered a mountain in his life. Rather, it is small things, it's small pebbles that let people to stumble over. छोटी छोटी चीज़ें जो ज़िंदगी में इंसान को उठा के गिरा के फेंक देता है, कोई भी पहाड़ से टकरा कर नहीं गिरा है. This is an important literary point that we need to think of the small things. As the Quran also says that فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. You need to think of the small things, because God is going to show even the smallest things, the best, the good things you have done, even the best, the worst things you have done. So this is what a point in literature, that how small things made a person's behavior and affect lives of other people's. Just if we think about our parents, they don't got angry with us, never. Just because of our behavior, the way we behave in our homes and other places, they got angry. This is how our behavior, our small things affect others' lives. So the book won the Booker Prize in 1997. It was given 1997 Booker Prize, which is £500,000, 50,000 pounds. It was acclaimed a masterpiece. It was an excellent work. Masterpiece means an excellent work, which instantly became a bestseller. Instantly, immediately become, when she published this book, it was immediately become a bestseller. Roy received £500,000 in advances, and she got £500,000 in advances, and rights to the book were sold in 21 countries. Now, copyrights have been sold to the different countries in 21 countries. What does this mean? This means that whenever anybody published this book, that publisher would send her a share of money to her. It means 21 countries. It is not a joke. She was going to get now constant money, a perennial source of income for her. That book become a perennial source of income for her. So the story primarily takes place in a town named Amenam. The story that is she herself was living in Amenam in his childhood. The story here has been also set in this Amenam, now part of Kottayam in Kerala state of India. The Kerala state of India, part of Kerala state of India, Kottayam. The temporal setting shifts. Temporal यानी time timely setting है, shifts back and forth. Shifts back first of all, then forth, then came forth from 1969 when Rahel and Esther, the two fraternal twins, a set of fraternal twins are 7-year-olds, to 1993. It was in 1996 that they were fraternal. Rahel and Esther were twin brothers, but it was shift to 1993. Okay, 1969 say 1993 when the twins are reunited at the age of 31. So the temporal setting was shift back and forth. It was from 1969 to 1993. The two brothers reunited at the age of 31 after being a victim of the circumstances. Much of the story is written in a viewpoint sympathetic to the 7-year-old children's. Much of the story, most of the part of the story were sympathetic towards their children's, the twin fraternal brothers who have been victims of the circumstances. Malayalam words are liberally. Liberal क्या होता है? Liberalism is a theory in politics. It means there is no restrictions. Rather, if we look from the as far as the Islamic perspective is concerned, there is almost always restrictions. Why? Why don't we be liberal then? Should we be liberal in our lives? No, you should not be liberal in your lives. Liberal means there is no restrictions, completely free. It is completely in opposition with Islamic perspective. Okay? So we will discuss it later on, inshallah. Liberal use it means openly, freely use it in conjunction with English words, in close combination with the English word. In this book she has written use it. Prominent facets of the different dimensions of the Kerala life that the novel captures are communism. This was what communism is political theory. She has captured the communist ideas of Keralite people in this book. The caste system she has written about it, and the Keralite Syrian Christian way of life, and the Keralite Syrian Christian life. The people who might have migrated from first Kerala, then from Syria, then they went to Syria and then came back to Kerala. These sort of people might be, or other peoples who are living in Kerala, okay, who believe in Christianity. Their ways of life are also captured in this novel. This lesson is an excerpt from the God of Small Things. The lesson we are going to read is an excerpt. It means an iqtibas. It's extracted part of the book. Sri Benanjan Ape referred to as Papachi. Here, Papachi's mouth is the topic of the name of the story. Benanjan Ape referred to as Papachi, which means grandfather. The word Papachi means grandfather. An imperial entomologist prior to his retirement. Imperial entomologist is someone who is an expert, who is a scientist of the study of the insects. So, entomologist prior to his retirement. Before he was retired, he was an entomologist. Fathered Amu and Chaku with his wife Shoshama Ape, referred to as Mamachi, which means grandmother. She has fathered. It means they have two sons, Chaku and Amu. This is in the story. In the actual story, it was not Amu and Chaku. Rather, it was Rahel and Esther was the names of the twin fraternities in the actual story. As this is an extract from the story, you have been given the name of Chaku and Amu. Okay. Papachi has been bitter since his discovery of a new species of moths. The moths was dismissed and then credited to someone else. Now देखो Papachi he has discovered a new species of moths. Moth यानी पतंगा जिसको कहते हैं, तितली जिसको होता है. तो discovery of new species of moths was dismissed. He was not credited the discovery of this moth, and it was credited to someone else. It was given the name was given to someone else. His facade of being a perfect husband and father hides his wife, his abusive tendencies towards his family. Now he was looked at as a person who was an officer in the office, government offices. So his facade means the dimension of being a perfect husband and father hides the abusive tendencies. People used to think of him as being an officer and he might be a good person in his life, but it was hidden by this status that he was an abusive person, a sort of person who has misused his power in his towards his family. Abusive tendency towards his family, especially Mamachi, खासकर Mamachi की तरफ जो उसका रवैया था. One night, while Papachi is beating his wife, this was what he was doing. He was beating his wife, Mamachi. Chaku, Amu's brother, a Rhodes scholar from home from Oxford University, stops him. Now, Chaku, Amu's brother, ठीक है, Amu का brother जो था Chaku, वो क्या करता है? Rhodes scholar है, Rhodes यानी यूनिवर्सिटी है, ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में है, वहाँ का स्कॉलर है. स्टॉप्स हिम, उसको रोकता है, एंड टेल्स हिम नेवर टू डू इट अगेन. दोबारा ये कभी नहीं करना, क्योंकि वो उसको रोकता है जब वो उसको पीट रहा होता है. फ्रॉम देन ऑन, उसके बाद टिल हिज डेथ, अपने मौत तक, पापाची नेवर हिट्स और स्पीक्स टू मामाची अगेन. दोबारा उसने मामाची से कभी बात नहीं की, उससे कभी उसको मारा भी नहीं. दिस वॉज व्हाट हैपन. स्मॉल थिंग्स मेड आवर लाइफ एंड हाउ इट अफेक्ट्स द लाइफ ऑफ अदर पीपल्स. This lesson subtly means something that is inscrutable, as we have read in the Sermon in Banaras. It was an inscrutable pain that was being discovered by the Buddha through the story of Kisa Gautami. This is what called subtle, something that is elusively skillfully, okay? Something you cannot detect, undetectable. Something that is subtly raises. This lesson subtly, bilkul unknowingly raises important issues that plague our society. Plague means something that is infection. Plague hota hai, taun bimari hota hai. So plague means something that is harming, inflicting our society. So the keep it here. In the next classes, inshallah, we will carry on with this lesson of this. ठीक है, chapter number 6. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you for your kind attention. Thanks.